Hi, this is Tomaya and like effect.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, and if this is the first video of us that you've watched, there is a link below with a video of us explaining what we do and who we are. And today we're going to talk about regret. So in these group healings, what we do is often we say X and R, and what that means is we bring information to the surface. We talk about things. Please feel into, how that resonates with you, and then we extract and release that information, which is what we say X and R, and we make room for a new reality to form. So enjoy, and we look forward to hearing how this feels for you. So regret. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I'll start with first of all, the umbrella statement. Everything we defined regret and everything that the word regret brings up in us and all the energy there, do you want to extract and release all of that?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is. And
Mm.
there is so much resistance in regret. All the time in every video, I talk about the resistance. The more we resist something, the harder it feels for us. That's when we feel the worst feelings and when there's a lot of resistance there. And when we have a lot of more acceptance, we could choose what we learn from this. There's so much more ease when we accept reality. And in regret, there's a lot of resistance saying, no, reality should not have been like this. I should have acted differently. And there's so much judgment and self-blame and really, really, really hard feelings. So everywhere where all the judgments there, all the blame there, all the guilt there, all the things where we're resisting the way we acted and what happened, the reality itself right now at the moment. Do we want to extract and release all of that?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is. What's possible? That instead of resisting what was, we can't go back and change it right now. There is no going back. And at every moment, we always do the best we can, how we felt at that moment. Something brought us to that moment with the amount of energy we had at that moment, with the knowledge we had at that moment. And we learned through this experience that we would like to act differently. We would have liked to do things differently. We would like, this is where the expansion comes from. We're having this big contrast of something that is different than what we wanted, and we're learning for next time. Life is all about learning. So everything that doesn't allow us to accept that this is what is and what was, and to learn from this and to see the gifts in what happened there and how we can expand everything we know from there. Do we want to extract and release all that?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
Mm. I would like us to extract and release how we view all the regret that we paint on top of memories. So often we look back at scenarios or situations and memories stored in our bodies, and regret is often a dominant color there. And, what if we could let go of that and actually see the memory as it was and actually look and focus on the benefits and the gifts that we got from that memory, and then choose to treasure the good parts as opposed to looking at the things that we didn't achieve or how things ended up or how we could have done things differently. And where, there are just a few scenarios where regret would come up. So everything preventing us from extracting regret from these memories and cherishing and honoring and celebrating the good parts in those memories. I wanted to extract and release.
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, so it is. And personally, I often, was something you wanted to say, okay?
Yes, about the good parts. Because
Yeah.
when you said it, I remember specific times in my life where I was like, there was nothing good there. There are no good parts. It was
Mm.
only bad. And for all of you that are judging right now that memory or the thing that happened that way, first of all, it's totally acceptable and understandable, and I think we've all been there. But what I want to say is there is always good, and the good is the clarity that came from this contrast, clarity. So if we did nothing the way we wanted to and nothing went the way we wanted to, we have more clarity than ever how we would like to act, and we could actually think, okay, fine. So when someone does this, obviously, for example, it really triggers me and I behave this way. What can I do to next time behave differently, to be less triggered? And we have more clarity. We think of what we could have done differently. We have more clarity than ever. We know that we would like to act differently next time. We have more clarity than ever, because then we could think, okay, what could I do differently? How could I act differently under this situation? What could I have done differently? And then we have more clarity. So
Mm,
everything that brings up in all the places where we don't enjoy the clarity that we get from it, and we're only focused on resisting everything, do you want to extract and release all of that?
yes.
X and X and X and R. And so it is.
Yeah, and also everything preventing us from intertwining compassion with regret, and honoring where we were at the time, and if we weren't ready, or if a fear was, preventing us from doing what we really wanted, or sharing how we really feel, and then we regret not doing that, be really compassionate, and towards yourself. You did the best that you could in that specific moment, and like you said, we learn from that situation, but just, regret can often bring up a lot of other emotions that aren't necessarily pleasant. But if we allow ourselves to be compassionate to who we were at the time, and know that we just did our best with the tools that we had, with the work that we've done, and with the scenario we were in, it does help let go of regret. So everything that doesn't allow us to view past situations with more compassion, are you willing to extract and release?
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so it is.
And I'd like to say that when we're in regretting things, first of all, there's no wrong feelings. It's okay to regret. But once we regret and we feel so bad, and we know that there's a lot of resistance when we feel so bad, then this keeps us stuck. The regret keeps us stuck. It doesn't allow us to move forward to what we can do right now. Okay, this is a situation, this happened. What can we do right now to make things better? What can we do right now to learn from this? What can we do right now? For example, if you can't fix that, then maybe create something new, or find a way to change our focus and our attention to feeling better, because we can't change right now. If we could change, then what can we do now to change? And if we can't change, how can we feel better with what is, in order to not be stuck in this loop, this resisting loop, which the regret doesn't change everything. It doesn't make us feel better. It just keeps us stuck feeling bad. And once we leave this behind, and we go to a better feeling thought and better feeling thought, and change the reality, we feel better. Everything starts changing accordingly. So everything that brings up, and everything that doesn't allow us to do that, we want to extract and release all of that.
Yes.
X and R, X and R, X and R. And so it is.
And I find, I don't know if you can relate, but I find that my mind does go in loops, and I go revisit the same memories again and again and again with the same regret. And there's an element of addiction there, because it doesn't serve me, it doesn't serve anyone. I don't learn anything from that particular emotion, from feeling regret, yet I keep going back to it. It's like I have no control over it. So all addiction component to that loop of feeling regret while re-experiencing or revisiting past memories, are you willing to extract and release?
Definitely.
X and R, X and R, X and R, and so on.
There is value in regret. There's a value in every single feeling we feel, because the worse we feel about something, the more we want it to change, and the more incentive we have to do something different than we ever did. So if before it was fears holding us back, or all this anger, now that we got to this position, we more than ever want to have something different. Maybe we'll finally start doing something we've never done before, that we were too scared, we were too tired, there was not enough time or money, and this maybe this was the exact straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, and makes us actually make the change. So even there was value. And even if it's not enough to make us a change right now, the contrast is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then once there will be a breaking point when the contrast is so big that we will make a change. So there's also a lot of value there. And it's okay to feel this regret. We know that it's for us, because it just shows us how much we want things to be different. So it's okay to feel the regret, to say, okay, I really want things to be different, what can I do right now to make things different? How can I feel better with what is, and make myself from now on do things differently? So everything that brings up, and every
Mhm.
place that we're still stuck in this regret, instead of changing, shifting our points of view and all the fixed point of views we have there. Do you want to extract and release all of that?
Yes.
X and X and X and R, and so it is. And I'll just want to say one more thing. Many times we have such strong opinions and points of views and judgments about ourselves, about things that happen, and we judge so much. And if we ask other people, they didn't even pay attention, and we regret things and we feel so bad. And maybe they didn't really notice, or they really did notice and they got so mad, or that something happened. But it's all always for us. And sometimes things will relax in a little bit. The storm will pass, the tornado will pass, and things will be better. But right now, when we're so stuck there, we can't see it. And it's okay that we don't see it. But what's possible that we start trusting the universe, that everything is always for us and this is all okay. And in the grand scheme of things, it's one thing that makes a big difference, maybe right now. But in the grand scheme of things, it's all okay. It's just one pebble in the whole ocean. So everything that doesn't allow that, you want to extract and release. X and X and X and X. So it is.
Hopefully you feel a bit differently about regret today after watching this video. And thank you for joining us. And if you like this video, feel free to like, share, and
Like, share, and
subscribe.
subscribe. And we'd love to read your comments to see how you feel about what's in this video. Any requests, we'd love to hear them all. And I'll just say one more thing. We can't really ruin anything. Everything is always okay. There's no wrong. There is no right. There's just learning from this. When a child learns to walk and they fall down, it's okay, because then this is the way they learn to walk. And this is how we're going through life, exploring, making mistakes. But there's no mistakes. It's just something. And all the places where we feel so bad about everything when it's not going exactly the way we want, and it's not perfect, and so far from perfect, and we ruined everything. There is no such thing. So everything that brings up, do you want to destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes, thank you for adding that.
X and R, X and R, X and R. So it is. So thank you, everyone.
And we'll see you
Bye.
in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.